Hi, friends. Welcome back to Live at the Roxy on this Saturday, March 6th, episode 356 of Quarantine edition of this show, which means that we have 9 days till we are at a year of this show and this edition of the show and a year of quarantine in general. And I know that yesterday I did a very specific show for the WandaVision fans. And so today, because it's a weekend and more casual, I just kind of wanted to check in with all the rock stars. So this one is for the rock stars and the rock stars alone. If you are a rock star, if you watch this show, if you ride with me, for me, if you are somebody who comes in here day in, day out, then this one is for you. Very, very wicked casual in this bitch. Wicked casual. Questions, comments, concerns, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar, right here in the super chat or just in the chat in general, just to kind of hang and catch up with each other. I want to make sure that you guys are doing okay. Probably nobody who is not some kind of psychopath is doing phenomenally, because we've almost been in a year of one of the most, if not the most trying times of our lives collectively. But it's still important to check in. There's varying degrees of not okay. And I'm on the brink, not okay. Then there's just, it's not great. Also a little Roxy advice corner and all of that stuff. So just check in. Shout out to everybody who is joining us on this Saturday. Rob Fishback, Cuisinol, Manny Gonzalez, Nick Bethel, Andrew Thomas, B. Lee, PLD, John Get-Bent, Star Gonzalez, George Pruitt, Marion McClellan, Ryan Payne, Max Million, Redford Reddington, Lemmy Kilmister, Bruce Banner, J-Dog, Glenn Caesar, Brittany Parker, Spidey Sensei, all of the people, Rick Bocanegra, Big Al the Tank, all of my friends. Appreciate you guys for being in here with me on this weekend. It's the weekend, so is everybody ready to rage face? Are we all in party mode? Who am I going to see at the club tonight? The club. Who is going to the club? We are almost there, guys. We are almost out of this shit. We are almost, Biden is saying by May, anybody who wants to be vaccinated is going to be vaccinated. I don't know if that's realistic, but seeming like summertime, we are going to be in a much, much different position than we are now. And I'm not just saying that to remind you guys. I'm saying that to remind myself, because one thing that I feel and that I know, and I'm sure is happening for you guys right now, is that whatever it is inside of us that brings healing to trauma or emotions or whatever it is that makes us move forward, is not working fully and properly right now. That part of us that allows us to move on is not fully functioning. And so for anybody who is dealing with the trauma of a breakup or a divorce, I guess that's a breakup, or the loss of a job or the death of a loved one, or any of those things that we have had to deal with during this time. And maybe you thought you'd be a little further along on your journey at this point, because maybe it happened at the beginning of quarantine or right before quarantine or halfway through quarantine. Maybe you think at this point you should be further along in your process. That thing that allows us to process it's not whole right now, because nothing's functioning normally. So to me and to you guys, we have to remind ourselves to be patient with ourselves right now, to be easy on ourselves, to be loving to ourselves, and to realize that it's okay. Wherever you are is where you are, no matter what that means. If you lost your job the first week of quarantine and you think a year later you should have found another job by now, but you just didn't, you tried, and that's just the way that the world is working right now. And it doesn't mean you fucked up, and it doesn't mean that your feelings are invalid. Just kind of the way it is right now. And so as we are coming up on that 1 year mark, I'm sure a lot is coming up for each one of you guys. A lot of memories, a lot of check-ins, a lot of conversations in our own minds about what this last year has looked like. And I just want to make sure that you're all being kind to yourselves as I'm trying to be kind to myself, because this year did not go the way that any of us expected or probably hoped that it would. And that's just the truth of the situation. So I'm going to get to some super chats, some Streamlabs, just kind of hang out a little bit on this Saturday. This is a Saturday that we're all here for, so that makes us lucky in general. King Dingaling. Hey, Roxy, wanted to pop in and contribute before heading to a diaper party. Witty gambling and apparently 2 hours of a topless server could be worse. What is a diaper party? Witty gambling and 2 hours of a topless server. Is that how you spell diaper? Am I reading this wrong? Somebody help me. I don't know. I just don't know. Somebody explain. Somebody. I don't know what I just said. I don't know what was just written. You guys will clarify for me at some point. Go into the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Rewinding to the first of the day, which is coming from our friend Cinemagaria. What's up, Cinemagaria? Who said, Coming to America was perfect, almost 100% rating for me. Just saw your post about the critics saying it's around 50%. That goes to show we stay woke and on the right side of history. The movie was a riot and epic, but that's just masters in film opinion. Yes, in Margarita, though, the fans liked it less than the critics. It had like a 50 and a 49. I don't understand. But this is why I say don't yuck my yum. For the people who didn't like it, fine, just don't go like it elsewhere. Just don't like it elsewhere. Yeah. That. Glenn Caesar in the house, continuing to say it. Miles Cosgrove, Brett Hankerson, Jonathan Mackley arrest the cops who killed Breonna Taylor. All three of them for killing Breonna Taylor. Justice for all the people who lost their lives due to excessive force. And he didn't write it here, but I will, because I know Glenn's heart. Hashtag say their names. Yeah. And that's also movement with that. It's been a long time that we've been saying that. And you would think we would have made more progress by now, but we have not. And so we have to continue to fight, and we have to continue to move forward. And it's challenging. Okay, King Dingaling clarifying. With not witty, diaper party is an excuse for men to party opposite of a baby shower. Just be safe. We're still in quarantine. I don't really understand the whole thing, but you do you, boo. Enjoy yourself and be as safe as possible. You're going to do what you're going to do, but just try and be cool and legit. That's to everybody. All right, Glenn also said, hello, good afternoon, Roxy Rocks, RJ, Skittles, Chunk, GPS, Misdirection, Silver the Elf, Zilla, Queen Badges, Dimples, Schmodown, Modi. Much love to you, Grammy and Papo. Thanks again for hanging out with us today. Peace, bunnies, hugs, and good stuff to you and yours. This morning reminded me I am what and where I am due to the choices I've made in regards to my life experiences. Be thankful for it all, the good, the bad, the ugly, and the blissful. It has a why, the stress-filled, knots, discomfort, injury, illness, even CP. Words are energy. All words have power and can lead to the manifestation in life. It can be easy to latch onto these energies, uplifting or not, and forget that our own words have more power over ourselves and what we manifest. We get to define who we are. And so I remembered that I can stop holding on to the past, what I had, what used to do, and who I was, simply because it was more comfortable, and let it go by breathing it out, picturing it being released, and saying the words sacred sounds as I feel it going. I don't have to hold on to the old, not good for me or others, stuff in my life. When I do, I can't catch and hold the new and good for me and others stuff. be here now and not there then. Thank you, Roxy, for helping me without knowing with this reminder. At the same time, I can appreciate that who I am is the collection of all of the memories and energies of all of my experiences in my life up until this particular moment. I can be thankful for everything in my life as it's made me who and gotten me where I am. Oh, it seems that the past few days have been really brought out by my inner love and energy techniques practitioner and ponderer. I went real deep and all as esoteric and existential. LOL, wasn't expecting that when I woke up this morning. Anyhow, thanks RJ for reading these. Glenn, thank you for sharing these. I really appreciate it. I hope I did your words justice. And yeah, I think that they have a lot of validity and meaning and feeling behind them. And I wholeheartedly believe in living in the now and in the future. I think that one of the things that can cause extreme depression is trying to fight for the past and thinking about the past and living in the past and glorifying the past and wanting to get back to the past. And those are all things that we struggle with as people because we refer to things as our glory days or a better time. And really, you never can recreate those moments. You never can go back and relive that time because that's not how time works. You have to go forward. And so just by those parameters that are set by the planet, it's not good to think in the past and wish that you could have that in the future because you'll never be able to do that. So you can wish to feel happy in the future or feel free in the future, and maybe those are feelings reminiscent of the past, but you shouldn't want to relive the past, even the best parts of it, because it's not helpful or useful and it can never happen. So I tell myself that often, Glenn, and I always try to think about that. I always try to think about not getting back to where I was, but creating a sustainable and beautiful future life for me and what that looks like. And even the parts that are reminiscent of the past, they are different and better than the past because they're in the future. I know we got a little woo-woo really fast here. Hopefully that makes sense. And thank you, Glenn, for starting us on that journey. Going back into Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar, Hitman Hudson says, so I get my last 9 Streamlabs have been about autism. So sorry about that. Why are you sorry about that, Hitman Hudson? That's your reality and your truth. So it's important to talk about. But here's one more. Person first language feels silly and patronizing to me. How would you like it if I called you a person who is a woman who is a Jew? Identity first for the win. I actually don't know what that means. How would I like it if you called me if I called you a person who is a woman who is a Jew? I would be fine with that. I would be fine being called a person who's a woman who is a Jew. Are you saying that I would be fine with that or that I would not be fine with that? Tell me more, Hitman. What is the proper, what do you prefer and what do you not prefer? Yeah, if somebody said about me, this is a person who's a woman who is a Jew, I would be cool with that. Maybe that's not the same for you though, and everybody's different. Because I am a person and I am a woman and I am a Jew. I think it would be a little strange to describe me that way because no shit, I'm a person. But if somebody was like, this is a person. Okay, Hitman Hudson says, I prefer autistic person. So you're saying you prefer autistic person as opposed to this is a person with autism? You think that were you saying that you think that you thought what I would prefer is that this is a Jewish person as opposed to a person who's a Jew? I think that this might be an individual thing or different communities because I certainly would not be upset if somebody described me as a person who is a Jew, but I want to make sure that I'm using the correct terminology. And if you prefer to be called an autistic person as opposed to a person with autism, then let us know. And that's an important thing for us to remember. Jerry says, this is a person who's a rock star. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So Andrew says, I'm an autistic adult and I don't know. It depends on the person in general. Hitman says, that was the assumption. I'm sorry that I wrongly assumed. Don't be sorry. It's okay. I think it's got to be a personal preference thing. Yeah. Glenn Caesar says, Roxy, you've absolutely done my words justice. Thank you today and every day for speaking it into reality, actuality, and existence. It's appreciated. I got you, Glenn. My mascot, my friend. I appreciate you greatly and dearly. All right, going back into the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar. Let's see what's going on in here. Star Gonzalez with that massive support. Star, thank you so much, honey. That really, really means a lot to me, especially as I'm trying to buy 2 new chairs in the next week. My couch still hasn't come, so I really need some places to sit. It's been a whole thing. Star says, hey, Roxy, I hope you're doing well. Sending lots of love and positive vibes just because you're a star. Appreciate you. Paulo 3JP says, happy Saturday to you, Roxy. Life is very unexpected, and just when you think you have it figured out, it throws you a curveball. I got my dream job exactly 2 months before COVID hit, but you maintain positivity, keep moving forward, and you keep striving. Wow, that's interesting. You got your dream job exactly 2 months before COVID hit, and you've managed to maintain it, right, Apollo? Because you keep talking about pinning clients, so I'm assuming that's the same job. It's awesome if it is. Murdoch in the Streamlabs says, wasn't a fan of Coming to America, much preferred Boss Level with Frank Grillo and Mel Gibson on Hulu. Certainly didn't watch that. I do not watch Mel Gibson movies unless I am paid to do so, because yucky to me. But to each their own. If you didn't like it, you didn't like it. I just really did. I thought it was so fucking funny. I don't know. It just really did it for me. What's going on with the rest of you guys in the Streamlabs, in the super chat, in the chat in general? Let's rank the day. How are you feeling? 1 as in like just fucking want to throw yourself through a wall right now because shit is just so fucking tough. 10 as in you are on cloud 9. It is your wedding day and nothing could get you down. Where are you guys at in life? Would love to check in with the rock stars. In the meantime, going back into the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar. Glenn Caesar said, good thoughts and good vibes to you on garnering all of your much-deserved successes. Good luck with all hosting, filming auditions, and or booking other projects coming up. What's for you is yours. You're earning it all because you fucking rock. RJ Chunk. Yeah. I'm trying. All right, where are you guys at? Big Al the Tank says 5. Mohammed with a 7.5. Jake with a 6.5. Wow, a lot of you guys over that 5 hump. Neil at a 5. Jeff 6.9. Bruce with a 6. Wow, tons and tons of people over that 5. Weston at a 3. I'm sorry, my dude. That's tough. Brandy at a 3. Sorry, girlfriend. I'm happy to see that some of you guys are doing better than not that I thought, as in I was thinking you were doing trash, but better than to be expected during this time. And so I'm glad. I'm hoping that this show and this community is helping to keep you sane, or whatever else is going on in your life that is helping to keep you sane as well. Going back to the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar. Murdoch says, I just needed more John Amos, Roxy, very underused. It's like this. I know that a lot of people had issues with it not being rated R and with there being too much of some people, not enough of some people. To each their own, Just for me, I thought it was really fucking funny. I liked the story. I liked the characters. I liked the OGs. I liked the newbies. And during quarantine, it was for sure exactly what I was hoping. So I was grateful for that. But I'm never going to convince anybody that they need to like something. If you don't, then you don't. And that's all good. You know, just in the same way, I think it's so weird when it's weird when people try to convince somebody to like something, because it's weird to convince anybody to do anything. But it's even weirder when people try to convince people to dislike something. Like, why would you want to take something that somebody likes and try to convince them not to like it? That's so strange. It's such a strange habit that a lot of people have. Like, oh, you like that thing? Let me tell you the 10 things that suck about that thing so I can take away the thing that you like. Try not to do that in life. Again, don't yuck my yum. It's not cool. I want to get a big sign, a big neon sign that says that. Don't yuck my yum. My mom used to say it all the time. It's just the best expression. Laren says humans are effed up. LOL. I know. It is. It's just a strange thing that people do. Like, somebody will be like, oh, I like that. And somebody's like, I don't like that. And here's why it sucks. Okay. Dope. Thanks for sharing. I'm back in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Glenn Caesar says, thanks for always being here and there for us. Congrats, good thoughts, and good vibes on all that's in the works and soon to unfold for you in 2021 and beyond. Fuck yeah. To the new life chapter. Roxy is the best. Roxy's number one. Yeah. Happy Roxy days. Keep crushing it. And then Glenn also said, positive thoughts to you, RJ, and all the rock stars and girlfriends who show up to give all their support whenever, however they can. Don't forget, when it gets tough, even if you're by yourself, you're not alone. Everyone who's battling, keep on fighting. You're a winner. Thanks, Glenn. Paul 3JP says, correct. I have been very lucky in that regard, but it's hard that industry has taken a hit, and I'm an optimist that there's a vacuum, and when we open back up, it will need to be filled. There will be opportunities, and it will be glorious. Yeah. Paul, when are you going to get the World Girls work? What's happening there? Pin us. Get us in the big rooms. Paulo, do your job. Jeff Aaron says, I know transitions are tough, and I find comfort knowing that. So difficult now, sure. And we are here today sharing the love. Yeah. Jeff, you made a big move during this time, and so that can be tough. And so just know that you did it for a reason. Stand behind that. And we've got you. We appreciate you. And all of that. And all of that. I've been spending a lot. I always during quarantine spent a lot of time by myself, but I've been spending a lot of time by myself recently. A lot of time by myself because I'm not seeing anybody right now, like romantically or otherwise. And the only people I see are my grandparents and the Whirl Girls. And so that's, when that's like kind of my little community. So I think it's always interesting when you spend a lot of time by yourself trying to figure out what the next phases look like, what the next steps are and stuff. And I used to be a really, really massive planner. Like, okay, going into this next chapter of Live at the Roxy, what exactly is it going to be? And what are the exact things? And I will have some awesome new things going on. But I'm trying to kind of let the universe speak a little louder than me sometimes these days. I really believe when anybody says, it's the universe's way and let the universe do its thing, I always hate that because I don't believe in letting the universe take you. I believe in guiding the universe in the direction that you want to go and making sure that you put the time and energy into those things so that universe can pick up the rest of it. But like people who don't make any effort and just like, well, if the universe wants me to be successful, I will be, like, that's kind of crap. But I do try to will things a little too hard. And so I'm kind of just like, all right, what this next chapter will be, I'm going to be there. I know I'm going to work my ass off. I know that I'm going to continue to put in the hours and the time and be here for you guys. And we're going to see how it shapes up. We're going to see what that looks like based on what you guys want, based on my schedule, based on the world reopening back up. And it's going to be very malleable. Like, instead of being super rigid, like Monday through Friday at this time, I'm just going to try to see what works for all of us, what works best. And it's kind of part of my new chapter, I guess. figuring this stuff out. And then when we figure it out, then it can be more rigid. Like, okay, this is the plan. I know I'm all over the place today. The universe is just taking me. It's just taking me. All right, going back into the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar. Glenn in the house again says, please remember, you're kind, you're smart, you're unique, and being so unselfishly loving and supportive of each other, including strangers on the internet or not, makes you worthy. As such, your story is important and deserves to be seen and heard. You are appreciated. Pausing on that one for a second and remembering that your story deserves to be seen and heard. I think that we don't focus on that enough. Like, all of us kind of feel like little specks of dust sometimes. And like, what matters about our life when there's just so many lives out there. But even the fact that we've found like this little corner of the internet where there's the rock stars and we care about each other and we connect and we believe in the same things and we want the same things, and not exactly the same things, but for the most part, you know, if you're here, it's very likely that you believe that Black Lives Matter. If you're here, it's very likely that you're not anti-Semitic. If you're here, it's very likely that you believe in working and caring for others and checking in on people. And if you're here, it's very likely that you care about hearing out people when they say that they prefer to be called an autistic person than somebody who's a person with autism. And if you're here, it's very likely that you care about all that stuff. And so I feel like you certainly matter, because it has to mean something that we all found each other and we're all here. It has to. So to my girl Brandy, who says, I don't feel like I matter, I feel you. And sometimes it feels like we're a speck of dust. And I know that. But then when I use the logic instead of my emotions and my heart, I know how much each one of you guys matters, which means that I must matter. And if, Brandy, you feel like we matter, then by logic brain, it must mean that you matter too. And so thank you for continuing to say that one, Glenn, that people's stories are important and deserve to be seen and heard. Glenn also said, saying it again, let's fucking go. Smets and everyone fighting for today, tomorrow, and more. Smash cancer, be most excellent. RJ and Rockstars, show up for people who need it. That makes you so, so cool, humane, and worthy. Cheers to Fuck Yeah News in 2021 and beyond. To infinity and beyond. Thanks, Glenn. Appreciate that. And anybody in the Streamlabs right now, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar, and the super chat and just the chat in general. The Adventures in Nerding says, you matter, Brandy. I agree. I think we all do. I think we all agree. I know we all agree. Bruce says, Brandy, yes, you do. You've helped me out more than you know. I feel the same way about you, Brandy. And about all you guys. Going back into the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar. Apollo3JP says, dude, my thing was stand-up. The goal is to manage stand-ups and directors. My motto is I want to help others achieve great heights, and in doing so, feel the rush of being part of something cool. We could be stand-ups. The World Girls are comedy. Figure it out, Apollo. Piz in the chat, P-I-Z, in Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar says, hey, Roxy, I messaged before about the crazy woman issues with WandaVision, and I was relieved it didn't quite end up that way, and she made a big sacrifice to be with the hero, to be the hero. Were you as relieved as I was? Thanks. I was relieved by part of it, yeah. I still didn't prefer the story that they chose, but at least it didn't anger me the way that I thought it might. So yes, and thank you for the question, P-I-Z, or maybe Piz. Piz is a cute little name. I don't know if that is your name, but I like it in general. Going back into the chat, let's see what's going on in here. Andrew says, I felt that way last week, Brandy, but I put all my anger and depression into my stories to calm me down. That's why I love being a writer. Even when I'm alone, I can kind of like escape into that place. And we can all do things like that and all create. That's why it's so important to be creative, even if your occupation isn't being a creator. We need an outlet. We need to either write poetry or sing songs or movies or anything, sculpting. Just be creative in some kind of way. Yeah. Ryan says, Brandy, you're always a real one in the chat or in the Zoom Hangouts. You're the best. Yeah, Brandy is awesome. But again, you guys fucking all are. You really are. I told you guys it was going to be a casual AF one today. I couldn't do it again where it was like, I was looking at the internet and I saw the stimulus bill and presumably that's passing, even though the Republicans are saying no and Democrats are saying yes. And at the end of the day, what is it really going to do? Put a couple $100 into our accounts? Maybe. It's like, our government has botched us so bad. And then I was just looking at the internet and people were pissed about coming to America and there was turmoil about the Snyder Cut and I was just like, oh, no. We're just not doing that today. We're just simply not doing that today. Just don't feel like it. Just no. Nope. No. Anybody who watches TikToks knows exactly what I'm talking about. All right, before we get out of here, because I think we are going to be on our way out relatively soon, any other things, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar or super chat in. If you have questions, comments, concerns, now's a good time to literally talk about anything you guys want to. I'm sure tomorrow we'll be back to talking about some kind of topics. And then tomorrow night, don't forget, we got World Girls, which Jake and PLD and Brandy, I think, are all going to be guesting on, which is great. And we're going to be talking about our favorite females on screen, which is cool because it's Women's History Month. A lot going on this month on that channel. A lot going on. No, I'm not lit, guys, because I got to drive after this. So I am not lit. You guys know I don't smoke and drive. I know a lot of people who can, but I fucking cannot. No, not your girl. Just does not work in my favor. Ralph says, oh, good group of people right there. Where? Oh, that are going to be on the show? Yeah, I think that's who's coming on. Only because for some reason, nobody ever wants to come on for the first Sunday of the month. So I always have to hound people, and people that I can hound best are Jake and PLD and Brandy. Because I just slide in those DMs. And I'm like, yo, Sunday, we good? You down? That's what's up. All right. Getting out of here. I'm really grateful for you guys. I'm just really grateful for you guys. It's a weird, fucked up time. I know that I wouldn't have gotten through this without you. I think you guys would have been... I'd like to think you guys would have found each other no matter what, but any part that I've had in your journey of being even relatively okay during this time, I'm glad I was able to do that. So coming up on 365, it's really going to be something. Let me know in the comments if there's anything specific you want me to do between now and then. And then we're going to still have this awesome show and this great community. It's just going to be a different iteration, different version. So all of that. Cars RL says, that's a huge mic. I think it just looks really big compared to my head where it is right now. Like if I moved it actually, I don't know. So I think it's normal sized. It's the Blue Yeti. Thanks to Dwayne who gave me this mic. Shout out goodbye to all of my friends. To Jerry Garza, who says to eat some Oreos. I want to, I don't have any here, but I wish. Brittany Parker, Lemmy Kilmister, Jeff Aaron, Rob Fishbeck, Bruce Banner, Brandy, my girl, the Big Mo podcast, Mohammed Balsine, Avi Vitzman, Rick Bocanegra, Cara Zarel, Bill Lyons, The Adventures in Nerding, Zeno Hour, Eric D, Cuisinal sent in a super sticker. Thanks, friend. I appreciate you. Thank you for that support. It means a freaking lot. A lot. Ryan Payne, Star Gonzalez, Evan Hooker, Jay Reed, who says Roxy has a big head or a small mic. You know what they say about small mics? That you should probably get a bigger one because it's hard to hear you. Was that my best joke yet? Be honest with me. Hitman Hudson, Redford Reddington, Matt Munoz, Thunder God Cairo, Glenn Caesar, Weston Ira, Sam Wilson. Damn, coming in right when it's ending, LOL. We'll be back tomorrow, Sam. That's the beauty of this 365 days thing. All right, y'all. Don't forget, make your beds. Put down the toilet seats. Don't tremble with the Holocaust. More shout outs. Sonia Framath, MS903. Did I see somebody else just now that I missed? I'm sorry if I did. Anthony Perez. Noah Denman. Yeah. Did I miss anything? Any reminders? We out of it today, y'all. Krista Dadasis. Low on the internet. Oh, yeah, Rob Fishbeck is a very important one. Oh, no way. My friend Ronnie. Ronnie, I'm getting out of here right now. Much love to Ronnie. Ronnie Media Page. Thanks for being in here, homie. I miss you. It's so nice when my friends stop by. Well, you guys are all my friends that stop by. But when I see an old face in here or a familiar face. Saps Garcia, John Perillo. Oh, wow, Zadia Smith. It's cool. Love you, Ronnie. All right, bye, my friends. Stay safe, stay sane. No worries, because I'll be back here live at the Roxy tomorrow. See you then.